Today, I'm so honored to reflect on the gratitude while we grieve. So many of us are experiencing personal losses and experiencing our own life-threatening illness or that of loved ones or chronic illnesses, again, ourselves or loved ones. And many of us are grieving the political landscape um, and energy in the US and really so much of what is happening globally. And it is possible and it is appropriate to connect with gratitude even while we grieve, for us not to understand them as distinctive one from the other. Gratitude is one of those things that gives us life, a life force, if you will, in the midst of our grieving. And so I have been grieving big time because of losses happening in my life. And I have been really thinking about, so what am I grateful for? And I love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday because it is the beginning of this season of gratitude. Now, I seek to live every day with gratitude, but especially anchored from Thanksgiving, because then my birthday comes and Advent and Christmas and New Year's. And so that's a whole period of time that I seek to be even more intentional about expressing my gratitude. So I'll tell you a funny story. When I was growing up, my family struggled greatly when it came to our family finances. Even one brother said, "Oh, yeah, I lived through the Depression. I lived through the Jackson family depression." And it was true. Things were really rough for us financially. And every other week when my father received his pay, there was this big grocery shopping that my parents did. In the early days, my parents did the grocery shopping. And when they would bring the food home, my dad would say to my siblings and me, modeling what he wanted us to say, "Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Daddy." And we in chorus would repeat that sing song that he did. Well, most of us did. There was one brother who said, "You had fun making us. It's your responsibility to make sure we have food and clothing and housing." And I saw the difference in how my siblings and I lived our lives based on the degree to which we were grateful. My mother blessed me in so many ways during the last several years of her life when she had dementia. She blessed me because the level of gratitude with which she lived on her normal days during her dementia years, her gratitude went up. It skyrocketed. And the smallest of things, my mother would say, "Oh, this is the best meal I've ever had." And that was even when her food had to be pureed because she didn't know how to chew anymore. I watched my mother during those years with this heightened level of gratitude. And I said, I want to live my life like that. Not because of dementia and that I don't remember the last meal I had, so therefore this is the best one, but because gratitude is something that gives flight to my life. So here we are in this season of grieving, and grieving during holiday times feels even heavier. It's more weighty for most of us. And so I have been walking, as I walk the dog in the morning, with every step, I'm not just thinking, but I'm speaking aloud something for which I am thankful. And I'm thankful for each of you listening in and watching in today and part of this prayer conversation. I am so thankful for the band of prayer warriors who gather every Thursday evening. I appreciate you so much. And here's the thing. I know that because of your commitment to praying for our nation and for our nation and our world are better than they would otherwise be. So keep praying. And I want to especially give thanks right now for President Joe Biden, who is putting in place some very important things to help hold our democracy, some more scaffolding, because so much of the democratic system has depended upon the goodwill and good intention, has depended upon the gentleman's agreement. And we're living in a season where those things are not sufficient. And so I'm really giving thanks to President Biden, who very quietly is moving a lot of things forward to shore up the scaffolding of democracy. I give thanks for him and for so many others who are doing what they can to help us through this season. I thank all of the governors and the mayors across the country who are putting in place things to protect the rights of their citizens and their residents. Hear me say their residents. So including those who might not have the legal documentation to be here, honoring those people who work hard every day and who love this country and who seek to do good here and do good by the country. And I thank all those who are putting in place the things to shore up the well-being of their residents, the attorneys general who are doing that. I thank the Prime Minister of Canada and the President of Mexico and so many others around the world who are putting in place things to help the United States of America live out our democratic dream. It's wonderful. There really is a global community. And for this, I give God thanks and praise. Until next time, amen.